I always seem to forget this at the end of my teacher's tips video, so let me mention it at the beginning here. Um, the aim is to help students become comfortable with new patterns while at the same time reviewing what they've already learned. There's no sense teaching them things that they're going to forget about. So that is why you see in these review segments that there's always 3 or 4 of these reviews of patterns 1 to 20. These have pictures in them. This is, once again, a test. The only reason I put the word test here is that some students get excited when they see the word test and they want to see it. And, I'm always trying to entice students to practice their skills, and even though they may make failures, the more they talk, the less failures there'll be. So all have captions. The captions remain up for the full time of the question and the answer to the question. So I also counsel you that if people are afraid that they're going to give the wrong answer, just have them repeat the question. The question is usually right, and it will help them to develop their questioning skills. This is the PDFs always are available for you. In hour 20, let's get to hour 20. Hour 20, if we look here, hour 20 deals with life as it is, the many shades of gray that are involved in our daily life. As I look outside here, I can say 100% it's cold outside. If I'm not really sure, this is the sentence, the verb, the adjective, and a noun and pronoun. It looks like, in any sentence, it looks like it's cold outside. It seems like. It appears. If anything you see underlined can be, besides subject, besides sentence, verb, and adjective here, you don't need to use it. It appears it's cold outside. This gives the feeling to your expressions that you're not really sure, but you're almost sure. It seems like he'll be late. It looks like she's really angry at him. These are with the sentences. And as you see, how is the question made? The question is made by either do, did, will, don't, didn't, won't. There is no verb to be here. Am, should, would, can, could, and have are not here. With the verb, simply, she seems to like me. She appears to know a lot. The adjective, he looks tired. She seems very knowledgeable. They seem to be happy. You appear sad. He appears to be drunk. They're all used. You'll see a pattern here. It looks like, and it seems, and appears. These, depending on whether it's a subject, a verb, or an adjective, it's going to change a bit. And then with the noun or pronoun, he looks like a policeman. He seems like a nice guy. She seems to be a teacher. He appears to be her father. If the subject is the same on both sides, you can change it. For example, it looks like she loves him. Okay. She looks like she loves him. If the subject is the same, and this is basically dealing with this section here, you can either use it or you can use the same subject on both sides. So, you're going to work through these, help the student, what does it look like he's doing? You can make all sorts of questions, and you want the same patterns back. Once again, you can reinforce patterns by, does it look like he feels like going? Does she seem like she got angry? You can review the patterns on this side. This side, it's rather plain and simple. The second PDF that you'll find in here is this. I noticed, and the reason I put this here is I found that students, when I was teaching them, always seemed to get a bit confused when I ask questions with did you ever, do you ever, and will you ever. In Korean, they only have this sort of feeling, this do you ever, which, do you ever play tennis? Have you ever done it in the past, and do you still do it? That's do you ever. Do you ever eat Korean food? It reflects both the past and the present. This only reflects the past. Did you ever meet her? And this is the future. Will you ever? Would you ever? The questions, when I ask this question, I always try to reinforce for the students the right way to answer it. If you asked a native speaker, do you ever talk to her? They will say, yes, I talk to her sometimes. They'll usually use an adverb. No, they will just say, no, I never talk to her, I don't ever. These, the same. And as you can tell here, you can either do you ever or don't you ever. It's relatively the same. The answer, though, is a bit different. So I try in this little section just to, if I ask a question with do you ever go to Chicago? Yes, I go to Chicago, and usually there'll be an adverb. No, I never go there. Did you ever go there is only the past, and the answer is yes, I went there. Have you ever gone? Yes, I have gone there. Did you ever meet her? No, I didn't ever meet her. I never met her. I haven't ever met her. This way. And in the future, you'll find either will or would. The true test is ask the students initially, do you study English? And they should answer, I study English. Then ask them, do you ever study English? If they don't put the adverb in there, I would be a bit, they're making them the same. These are not the same. Do you study English and do you ever? This, it's a different little shade of gray here, which I want them to become comfortable with, because native speakers are always saying, do you ever go there? Do you ever meet her? Did you ever go to that school? Will you ever marry her? They're used a great deal. I am more concerned that the students know how to answer it well and answer it intelligently. Answer in the same tense that the question is being used in. Just to take a quick look here at the Korean end, the Korean have the same type of patterns which reflect this. It's not 100%. It's a bit shady. Also with do you ever, did you ever, will you ever, they really only have patterns reflecting this feeling, I think. From there's not exact patterns. So your native tongue may be a bit different here, but I try to go over this with my students. You're practicing it looks like and do you ever. Have fun with it.